Years ago, I started growing this strange, shaggy white mushroom. Now, it's the one people ask me about the most because of what it might do for your brain. This is lion's mane. And this is not some fringe health fad. The functional mushroom market was worth $38 billion in 2025, and it's projected to nearly triple to $96 billion by 2033. Lion's mane is leading that charge. Here's why people care. Lion's mane contains two rare compounds that stimulate nerve growth factor. It's the protein your brain uses to build and repair its own neurons. And it's actually been tested. In one double-blind, placebo-controlled trial, older adults who took lion's mane for 16 weeks scored significantly higher on cognitive tests than the group that didn't. So we're going to do two things. First, grow it start to finish. Then, turn that harvest into real medicine. All right, the fun part, actually growing it. I like to start from a lion's mane liquid culture. It's living mycelium suspended in a sugar broth. Give it a few days on a stir plate, and you get this thick, healthy white growth ready to inject. And if you really want to get crazy, you can scale that same culture up in a DIY bioreactor bag and grow a huge batch of mycelium all at once. One quick tip before you inject. Squirt a drop onto an agar plate first and let it grow out. Healthy lion's mane comes in bright white and fluffy, and it loves to jump around the plate, forming these cool little islands as it goes. As long as it's clean and white, with no fuzz or funky smell, you're good to inoculate your grain. And if you need cultures to start with, my Etsy shop, Spore and Sprout, has a whole range of mushroom liquid cultures ready for your experiments. Links in the description. Then I inject that culture straight into a jar of sterilized grain. Over a couple of weeks, the mycelium eats through the whole thing. Give it one good shake halfway to speed it up. Want to try it with almost no gear? Grab a plain pouch of ready rice from the grocery store. It's already cooked and sterile, so you can inject it and grow right out of the bag. Just know, results vary and the yield is small. It's more of a fun experiment than a real harvest. Once that grain jar is fully white, you dump it into a bag of bulk substrate and mix it through. Give it another week or two, and the mycelium takes over the whole block. A couple of heads up while it colonizes. Lion's mane mycelium is thin and wispy, a lot harder to see than an aggressive species like oysters. So don't panic, just give it time. And it loves to jump the gun. It will often start pinning right inside the bag, pushing up against the plastic. That bag is a perfect little microclimate, and those early pins are your signal that it's time to cut it open. Now it's ready to fruit. Lion's mane needs a few things to trigger those pins. A drop in temperature, high humidity, fresh air, and a little indirect light. The cheapest way to give it all that is a shotgun fruiting chamber. Just a clear tote drilled full of holes that you mist and fan by hand. I built one from scratch in a recent video, and it works great for a few blocks at a time. Want to scale up? A Martha tent is a greenhouse shelf wrapped in plastic. You run a humidifier to keep the air wet and an exhaust fan to swap in fresh air. And that lets you dial in perfect fruiting conditions for a whole rack of blocks at once. And don't overthink the setup. I grew a full flush in complete darkness with zero environmental controls. This mushroom is way more forgiving than people think. Then, the payoff. Watch it come in. Those cascading white spines forming over just a few days. This is the moment you grew it for. Harvest when the spines are long and white. For eating, I pick them a little younger, before the tendrils get too long, since an over-mature lion's mane can turn bitter once you cook it. But if you're making medicinal extracts, you can let it fully mature. Either way, twist, pull, and you've got a beautiful meaty lion's mane. And want to keep these genetics forever? Take a spore print and store it as a backup. Or clone a piece of the fresh fruit right onto agar, and you can grow this exact mushroom again and again for free. Now about pulling that medicine out. Those active compounds are locked inside the mushroom two different ways. Some dissolve only in water, others only in alcohol. To capture all of them, you do what's called a dual extraction. First, dry the harvest completely, dehydrated until it snaps. A dry mushroom makes a stronger, shelf-stable extract. Hot water pulls the beta-glucans. Alcohol pulls the compounds that water can't touch. Run both, then combine the two liquids. That is a true dual extract. Bottle it as a tincture, evaporate it into a potent powder for capsules, or stir it into an instant tea. Same harvest, 3 ways to take it. One good flush of lion's mane can make several bottles of tincture, the same thing that costs $50 each at the store. That's the whole point. Grow it and make your own. If you want to keep track of your own experiments, I built an app for exactly that. It's called MycoVault, a cultivation tracker for every liquid culture, agar plate, and grain jar you own. It's free to start, and just $5 a month for unlimited tracking. Spore to mushroom, mushroom to medicine. That's the full lion's mane loop. If this helped, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next grow.